Hello everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 Media. The annual Emancipation celebrations, our 70th that is, could not be one without the annual food fair. Differently this year, we're adding another day to the, of course, food fair observations, and I'm joined by two lovely ladies to discuss this remarkable two-day event that puts into perspective the culinary delights of the Virgin Islands. Historically, our favorite foods. We're joined by Dr. Catherine Smith along with Zoe Walcott, and they're going to tell us all things what we can expect for the 70th Food Fair, a two-day event. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised, I'm joined by Dr. Catherine Smith alongside Ms. Zoe Walcott. Ladies, welcome to our platform. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank
we
you.
are excited.
Absolutely.
As you rightfully stated, this is the 70th. And so the VI Cultural Food Fair wanted to ensure that their participation in this year's festivities was done in a very meaningful way.
Beautiful.
As you mentioned, those 2 days are pivotal. And so we have quite a lot packed in. As you know, the food fair, part of the tradition are all the tasties that we get to partake of. It's the soursop, it's all the different local beverages. But we also have some takeaways, the wilks being done on the spot. So you're getting wilks directly out the pot in the shell to eat. Now, of course, there will be vendors that actually have stewed wilks.
Okay.
But if you're like me, when I was growing up and we used to go we used to go wilk picking. We used to eat our wilks. We didn't even boil it. We ate it raw.
Wow.
And so we wanted to bring, that element. It's something that has been done before. I think this would have been either the second or third year. We have the rose corn.
Of course.
And so you have some of those traditional elements which will be highlighted this year. Now, we have over 36 vendors
Amazing.
that are participating, and those are record numbers. To be honest, the numbers speak to the quality of the event that has lasted as long as the 70th, I dare say. And so you will see the Makajumbis. We have Pan in Motion coming out of St. Thomas. So it's literally like Pan in Motion.
Beautiful.
And they've been lobbying to get on the parade. So I'm putting a little pressure out there for Tim.
Okay.
Because, things like that, we want to continue to see a bit more of culturally. And it's always good when our sisters and brothers from our neighboring islands can come and really help us to, show the cultural meaningfully. We have the plat pole. So we have the VI plat pole. Now, I'm out there in my little tutu.
Can you plat?
Of course I can plat. I'm
beautiful.
a VI girl. I'm what you call a festival baby.
I must admit I'm not good at it.
We have to fix that, probably.
Yes.
We have to fix that. And so we have representation as well from the Ebenezer Thomas Primary School, who historically have been plaiting.
Okay.
So they're one of those schools that have been sort of living the culture for
Beautiful.
a while. And so I wanted to highlight that. We have performances from Novo Royale that can do a cadre of different type of performances. And so I'm hoping I'm seeing something with some shackles and some release, just because it really ties
Represents
in.
the emancipation
Yes.
and freedom.
Of course. And so a number of the performers that we have, as well would be the usual. I'm going to go to my phone because it's quite a lot.
Okay.
We have Zion Sounds, Fungi Band, we have the Razor Blades, we have the Shooting Stars Steel Band, Island Fusion, and of course, one of the persons I do want to recognize, and the committee will absolutely applaud me doing this, is DJ Carly, who has almost been a staple
Beautiful.
as well for the food fair.
Supporting.
Going beyond, really, to be honest, even in his capacity, to make sure that whatever areas have not been accommodated, he fills
that gap.
in terms of musically. And so as we have Dr. Smith here, a lot of what we have tried to do outside of the crafting, outside of the fudge, and all those elements that really celebrate and make the BVI traditions, we're trying to create that beacon at the food fair. One of the things that the subcommittee were happy to do this year was really tying that in and having culture. The Department of Culture really create that narrative, give a bit of history for persons that would be partaking.
Excellent.
So I want Dr. Smith to talk
Tell
a bit
us
about
about
that before I get into some of the monies that we really
We
have.
got some big prizes.
Yes, we have some major prizes.
Dr. Smith, tell us about the cultural narrative and the exhibitions that are going to be showcased.
All right. First, I just want to say a big congratulations to this young lady and Boopy and everyone on the committee. I think that I'm so excited. We have 2 days of a cultural food fair, and this is a cultural bonanza. Have we heard everything that Zoe has been saying? I mean, I think that everyone's going to have to be there. We at Culture are always excited to work with the cultural food fair. It's such a great event, such a the epitome of our culture during our Emancipation Festival. Now, this year, as we mentioned, we will be exhibiting. We've been doing quite a number of exhibitions lately because we've decided to really roll out a kind of a visual arts program and look at our visual identity, our visual and cultural identity, and have it underpinned by some of our traditional visual arts. But for the purpose of this food fair, we're going to be focused on the 2 free villages. There's so much to say about our emancipation story, and we're pulling out a piece and a snippet of it. Now, we've had an exhibition that we first opened at the St. Philip's Anglican Church ruins. That was connected to International Museum Day, and that actually narrated through maps and artistic representation the vibrant history of that free village. It became quite a traveling exhibition. It's been twice at the Carrot Bay Cultural Fiesta and Cultural Thursdays.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we're so excited to be at the food fair, and it's we always get a lot of these exhibitions have been very successful. We notice that people come often. They stream through. We do little tours while we're at it, and so we'll be there. Now, just for Bupi, we decided to expand this exhibition for the food fair, and we're going to tell the story in a very visual way of the other free village, which is what is the other free village that we all have to know, since we're coming to the 70th, and we have 2 villages that had freedom before the period of emancipation. And this particular village was free almost 80 years before the rest of the British Caribbean became free. And it is in the East, and it is.
So let's do a little quiz here, and correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see how good I am, Zoe. Is it the Nottingham Estate?
Thank you.
Yes.
Of course. We all know. We know
stuff.
this. We know this.
Not mean to shabby at all.
Yeah, too shabby. Sorry, I thought that'd be a little fun to add it there. I'm a descendant, proud descendant, and I'll give you just a little bit of just a little precursor. Like, we have a plantation map that we use for everything because it lists every plantation in 1798. And then when you look at that map, it has numbers and then the names of the planters. And they are the Foys, the Skeltons, the Todmans, the Thomas, you know how the story goes.
Of course.
Certain areas, McNamara, certain areas were named in the Virgin Islands because of those planters, but also the families that emerged after we reconstituted ourselves, after we became free and started forging our societies again. On that map, there is one plantation that has no name and no number. And when you look at that, and we had an archaeologist visiting, and it is Long Look. It is the Nottingham's estate that became Long Look. So it's there on a plantation of white planters that defined our heritage, and it has no name and number. It had to be there because the boundaries had to be done correctly. But there was an intention, a deliberate intention to not even name or number this plantation. It was a free village in the midst of all the other plantations. I mean, the story is so huge, and I still don't think that we tell it in as big a manner, a huge a manner as we should.
Well, I
So,
have to
to wrap
congratulate
that
you
up,
for
is that-
incorporating that, of course, into the food fair.
Yes.
That bit of knowledge, and of course, a true definition of understanding from whence we came. So thank you
Right.
for incorporating that into the food fair. Now, Zoe, you have some amazing prizes.
Yeah.
Tell us about the prizes, and not only the prizes, but what are they for?
So, everybody thinks that they're Chef Boyard.
Absolutely, we all do.
And what we wanted to do, and this isn't the first time we've been doing it, where we try to create a platform that allowed some of the more localized dishes to really be highlighted and to see who does the best dishes. So we have the peas and the rice, not rice and peas.
Get it right, yeah.
So I'm just going to put out there that we'll be counting the peas that make it onto the
Let's
spoon.
make sure
It needs to be
that
peas
there
and
are
rice.
more peas than rice, please.
And so the person that walks away with that will receive $200.
Nice.
And then our next category is the best tart.
Quite a debate.
Now, I'm not going to put my prejudices on air because, as you know, for me, coconut tart is the only tart that exists.
If you say so.
Coconut it is.
If you say so.
I love Rod. And so what we're doing, we are going to have judges that are in their field, but we're also going to have some real regular social judges because at the end of the day,
Yes, of
it's like
course.
children will tell you the truth.
Yes.
And so we have the best tart. They're going to walk away with $400.
Awesome.
And for the fungi and the fish. No, I didn't say how you're going to present that. That's
Okay.
going to be up to you
So
in
you can
terms
choose
of
whatever sauces you
flavor
want.
profile.
Okay.
Yes, in terms of flavor profile, because obviously some of them will be professional. So in terms of tasting, they're going to break it down in terms of taste and then what that full, mouthful tastes like and whether or not the profile is.
So I love the variation of that because some of us, like myself, love the fish and mayonnaise sauce.
Well,
Others like the Creole.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when that is done, somebody's going to walk away with $600 for doing something that they have done all their life, but they are now going to be presenting us with some level of perfection.
Amazing. I
So-
love the prizes, and I love the cultural variations.
And the only thing with that is when persons register, you can reach out to me. My number is 340-7665. You can WhatsApp me and I will send you over the form. The registration cost is a nominal $25.
All right.
In addition to that, on the day, which is going to be the Saturday.
All right. So that
Now,
is Saturday.
this competition is actually Saturday. And that's going to start at 2:00. And for that particular day, we also have a mango eating competition. So it's $10 gets you in, and it's the person that clean a mango or mangoes based on the time allotted.
I have a few colleagues upstairs that I know could participate in the mango eating contest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they're going to walk away with $100. So,
Awesome.
the reality is you get to come, edutainment, fun. It's an opportunity really to immerse yourself in one of the more cultural aspects of this, the festivities.
Well, I am totally excited because I know some people that look forward to the food fair. Tell me, why did we decide to have 2 days this year?
So because we wanted to go big or go home. And
Okay.
so it's not the first year it's been done.
Okay.
I think in years past it was done, probably on another year such as this, double digit where
Yes.
we end in zero. And so this year, to be honest, we did want to do other things, but felt that it may have been a challenge. And so for us, execution became why we ended up just doing one venue for the 2
2
days,
days.
which is going to be at the Sir B. Romney Tortola Pier Park.
Beautiful.
Initially, we were looking at spreading that out to 2 venues, but ultimately, and so we're going to have fisher folk there as well, selling fish, selling wilks. So it's
Amazing.
not just where you're getting cooked food.
No, you can
We
buy
have
your
some
produce.
farmers there that will be carrying produce. And so it really follows the moniker of the Pier Park, Sir B. Romney
Love it,
Tortola Pier
love
Park,
it.
something for everyone.
Now I have to ask you, just so persons know, for the August 2nd and 3rd, that's the Friday and Saturday, 2 days, the food fair. Tell us about the start times for both days.
So the start time for the Friday, we're going to have our vendors out there from early enough. So it's going to be about 10-ish.
Okay.
But the actual launch, official start is 12:30.
Okay.
But you know the people, I'm going
And
to
the
be there
food goes
from...
fast.
Yes. So I'm going to say we'll be sharing, stay tuned to Virgin Islands Festival and Fairs Committee, Facebook 284 Media's Facebook page, because we'll be sharing a lot of the offerings coming directly from the vendors. So it's an opportunity for persons as well to put their orders in. So if they
Beautiful.
show up late, they do not miss an opportunity. They're going to be there until, I dare say, 6 o'clock. But as you know, it depends on when the food
Correct.
is finished. But there's still a lot of other activities. On Saturday, it's going to sort of be a bit of the same thing. It's sort of going to be an 11:30 start. But as I stated, the competition actually is 2 o'clock. But there's so many other things because we do have Ms. Chung that will be doing a number of demonstrations that persons can actually come and see for themselves, see and taste.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Right.
I am totally excited.
So it's a seafood.
Looking forward, looking forward,
See the
looking
food and
forward.
taste the food.
I have to ask you, ladies, before you go. Let's start with you, Zoe. What
Yes.
is your favorite Virgin Islands cuisine?
My favorite Virgin Islands cuisine, and it depends on who prepares it,
Okay.
but it's fungi and fish.
Got you. Mayonnaise or no mayonnaise?
You better try give me the mayonnaise.
And Dr.
I'll try it
Smith?
after.
What is your favorite Virgin Islands cuisine?
Definitely pea soup.
Tell me about your favorite Virgin Islands drink. It could be alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
So, which one would you say is yours?
I know that mine is Tamon, and I have to say
Ooh.
Tamon. This is Art Christopher speaking to me now. It's Tamon juice.
I'm a Tamron or
I'm
Mobby guy.
Guzi.
Ooh.
I'm Guzi. But one of the things I'm excited to try, which I haven't done as a child, is the boiled sugar apple. Like I have, back in the
No,
days
I
we used to
never
have
have.
boiled sugar
Yeah.
apple and
I've
pigtails.
heard of it. Yeah.
And so for me, a bit of nostalgia in being able to get me, and I have some, sugar apple on my tree, but I saving those for when they're ripe.
So here's what we'll do, because I've never tried it and I've
Yes.
heard it before. We will try together at the food fair. I'll come
I
and
will
join
see you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I'd like to kind of interject here because the exhibition that we're going to have at the food fair is actually a part of a larger exhibition that would be opened on the day before the food fair begins, the 1st of August, which is the date, the historic date. The exhibition really talks about we really wanted to talk more from the Department of Culture about the reason for the season. So we're going to be starting out in the exhibition at Sir Over George's Plaza, and it opens at 5 p.m. on the 1st of August. It's going to be very bright, very vibrant, and we're going to begin by establishing why we do this. The powerful reason that we actually do this every year and in such a grand fashion. This is our largest festival, and why the topic of freedom, emancipation, right? So what is it that our ancestors experienced? What was like that? What is so profound about that freedom? What does it mean? What does it mean for us today? And then, of course, we'll be looking at a sort of visual history of the way in which we have celebrated this Emancipation Festival from the very beginning. We're going to have our display of all of our festival queens and Miss BVI. We are going to be looking at the free villages. We're going to be looking at our national heroes. We have a few national heroes that define this period that we never hear about. They saved us. They fought for our freedom. They had huge impacts. So we're going to be looking at them. And I think we're also going to have a Mokajumbi sort of area. So it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be there for the entire month of August.
Okay.
And during the month of August, we're trying to make it into a traveling exhibition over to the Sister Islands a little bit
Beautiful.
later on. And something you'll be hearing more about, and I'll wrap up now, would be some of the events that will be going on at the exhibition during the month of August.
Wonderful. A jam-packed month of activities. And ladies, I'm super excited about the Food Fair 2024. I'm not a big eater, but there's a lot on my plate.
You can take one for the team.
Yeah, there's a lot on my plate, a lot of stuff that I want to try. Thank you guys so much for your time and most importantly, your team and your efforts in bringing to life this very pivotal and a meaningful celebration of culinary delights. I know the public looks forward to it, so we're excited and looking forward to an excellent time. Thank you both.
Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome.
Great to be here.
Viewers, that is all the time we have. I will see you at the 2024 Food Fair, both on August the 2nd and 3rd. 2 days celebrating our 70th emancipation like no other. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye-bye.